They'll wipe out the rest when we take down the red skin. Yikes. Welcome back to AI Dungeon. Let's just get right into it. Ooh, I'm excited. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, guys? Oh, man. Yalan is a kingdom in which the gnomes control society. They live among the humans, but exert a heavy control over the people. Humans are considered second-class citizens. I don't know. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of racist undertones or overtones here. A gnomish spy has been caught in King Kanak's own fortress. The gnomes demands King Kanak release the furry creature and pay a fine of 1,000 gold pieces. King Kanak refuses and orders the gnome to be executed. Oh no. You are Marion Gnomesby. How could I misspeak? You are a gnome and are a member of the lowest class in the kingdom. You've spent your entire life serving the kingdom and hope to rise through the ranks to become a powerful member of the military. As the sun shines down upon you, you decide to walk around town. Find the red light district. All right, let's go to a whorehouse. You come across a brothel and decide to walk in. You enter as guards stand outside. Ooh. Okay, inside, it is a lot less fancy, though certainly a lot warmer and toasty than outside. The red-cloaked employees eye you as they go about their business. Ooh. We have suitors. You take off your boots and get cozy. You put your weapons aside to make yourself more relaxed. You prepare yourself for sleep. What? No. No. We're not going to sleep. We're gonna go, You sit up and look around nervously. Guards stand near you and they eye you with suspicion. What's going on, you ask? Everyone is being questioned about the plot to kill the king. Oh! Do we want to join the plot to kill the king? We are a servant. It would be a great redemption story. Unless we get some surprise votes here at the end, I think we're gonna try and kill the king. Do you have anything to say in your defense, gnome? Let's inspect the guard. Let's see if he's human, because then if he's human, we can get away with it with our superiority. God. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just own the racism. How dare you accuse me of something like that? I hate to say it, but this is clearly the moment where we need to think of an extremely offensive term for humans. Lank? Ooh. As in like lanky? That's a good one. That one sounds like a slur. How do you know that I am not a gnome, one asks. You're fucking 3 feet taller than me. Yalank! I merely guessed human. We'll guess again. Wait, what? Is this the tallest gnome in the fucking land? Going for the kiss? Actually, that'll flip the embarrassment completely. I like that a lot. Attempt to kiss the gnome guard. The guard grabs your wrist and you both enter the next room. Oh. Ooh. The gnome guard begins to undress you. Why are you doing this, you ask? You attempt to pull away, but the guard is twice your size and will be more than willing to hurt you. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Well, I think we bit off a little more than we could chew here. This is getting way too fucked up way too quickly. We got heavy racism, now rape. Oh, you know what we could do? Good defensive maneuver is they say you should grab your keys and then like Wolverine that shit between your fingers and then just punch the motherfucker in the eyes. And we probably got a bunch of keys as a servant, so let's do that. You strike the guard in the eyes with your keys. He falls to the ground and tries to recover. You run out of the room. You hear the guards following you as you run down a corridor. You jump out the window, sticking the landing, and run into the nearest sewer hole. So we're in the sewers. A voice cries out. You run towards the voice and notice a small trap door in the floor. You drop down the hole and find a room filled with small boxes. A gnome sits in the corner, cradling a rifle in his arms. Who are you? I'm nobody of importance. At least, nobody you should know about. I challenge you to a game of gnome chess. Okay. The very first time we meet another rebel gnome, and all of a sudden we're just gonna go right into a game of gnome chess. Whatever the fuck that is. You and the gnome sit down to play a game of chess. It's not your best effort, but you manage to hold your own in the game. You seem remarkably unfit for someone holding the title of Watchman. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. A little offensive. It's a simple question. Okay, he doubles down. He doubles down on his offensive comment. Clearly, I can tell that even between people of the same races, there is lots of conflict. This is a world of just true man versus man. Well, gnome versus gnome. What is your name? You really don't want to know? The gnome looks at you with a stare filled with disappointment and contempt. He then cradles his gun and closes his eyes, as if asleep. So this guy's just wrapped up in his own fucking depression of whatever horrible past he's had, which may be fair. He won't tell us his name. He won't give us any information. The only thing he'll fucking do is play a game of gnome chess with us. I hear there is a plot to kill the king. If you're a simple servant, this may be some sort of complex trick to test your loyalty. Though I have word of a real plot. Who is making this plot? A band of slaves are planning to kill King Kanak and make a grab for power. They're practically amateurs. Are there other underground gnomes like you? None. They are all long since dead. What if we were to round up like-minded gnomes? We could band with the slaves and be successful in killing the king. I don't think you grasp the nature of the problem. I was just trying to organize a little. Sorry, dude. We've got to convince the guy that there's enough leverage here to build a community so that we can rebel against, the Empire here. Wait, Star Wars. I know this is a scary idea, but we can be successful with enough people on our side. I'm not entirely convinced. Look, we all know this plan will be dangerous, but I imagine if you were to succeed, it would be more dangerous still. It is true. Killing the king would not solve our problems, but it would be the genesis to a new world. That's a pretty big promise, he says while rubbing his chin. Well, what do we have to lose? Get busy living or get busy dying. I like that attitude. Well, I suppose I don't have much choice now, do I? Alright, sweet. So we have a party member. Still don't know his name, but it's okay. Who gives a fuck? I'm just trying to kill the king. You and the gnome leave through the trapdoor, making sure to not be caught by any guards. Clearly, we need to find some people that we can round up for this rebellion. Anything. The slaves that we need to find, some more gnomes if they're willing. Hey, you like what you see? Do me a favor, hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell button. It really helps me out. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at oddosaur on both Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to catch these streams live, they're on twitch.tv/oddosaur every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Run deeper into the forest and come across a dead end. However, you push through the bushes to reveal a secret town. You and your friend hide behind the bushes and find a bustling town. A lot of work seems to have gone into building this small town, and every single citizen seems to have a job. You approach one of the citizens. You ask the woman if she has ever thought of banding together with the town to overtake the kingdom. She seems intrigued by the idea. Ooh, I did not expect that. I thought she would be reeling from that and very scared of that idea. Would you be willing to join us and others underneath the bridge at midnight? Oh, she thinks for a moment and then nods. We're starting a revolution, everybody. I'm excited. You continue to walk up to random citizens and ask if they will join your cause. Dusk comes and you wait for people to gather underneath the bridge. Many have not shown up, but a few have. Anyone have a good idea of how we can convince the people of this town to rebel? Klemto says, I think we should go and siege the city gates. I know it's dangerous, but if we can cause enough of a distraction, the town will be ours. No, Klemto, you fucking idiot. We're not gonna force people in the town. We want them to be willing members of this conspiracy, you idiot. Arya says, I agree. I don't think biding our time and slowly convincing... Shit. Let's meet in the middle, because clearly I'm in the minority here. We will lock the gates of the town, and with everyone gathered in the square, we will announce our plans. Going door to door never works, ask a Mormon, but maybe if we do it in one spot, we could get some traction here. Once you are sure everyone is in the square, you make a speech. Citizens, the time has come to leave your secrecy and overtake the power of the king. How long have you been planning this rebellion? Oh, about a year or so. We're just gonna lie. Yeah, it's been like a year or something. How many of you are there? So far, it is just us. With all the citizens of this town banded together, we could seize the castle and kill the king. We need to get rid of the main threat first. Why are the gnolls a threat? Because they are. They'll wipe out the rest when we take down the redskin. Yikes. Anyway, we have an allegiance with the ogres. Ooh, okay. We do have allies. With the ogres on our side, I have no doubts of our success. You head towards ogre territory. As you travel further and further away from the city, you notice that the land is becoming more and more barren. Eventually, you pass through a series of hills and go into a large valley. As you reach the bottom of the valley, you are faced with a small village. There's only one way up the other side, so the ogres could not have built it any bigger. You approach the ogre town leader and present your ideas of rebellion. The ogre snorts and tells you to come inside. You are led into a large hut with several ogres sitting around a large fire. One of them stands up and comes towards you. We have been waiting for someone like you, but I fear that you won't be worth the wait. Why is that? I'm worth the wait. I mean, don't ogres have a reputation of never rebelling? It's not that we won't, it's more that we can't. Why? It's a long story. Yeah, well, we've got time, bub. Let's get to it. The ogre grunts and sits down in his chair. He says, I will attempt to explain. It was a long time ago, before the great cataclysm, before the world was ruined. The world fell apart. The skies burned, the water boiled, the land crumbled. Magic failed, and for a time it was a battle of survival of the fittest. Only the strong survived. Did the king cause all that? Are you afraid that if you rebel, he will do it again? The ogre grows quiet and stares at the ground. When he looks up at you again, his eyes are filled with malice. We were strong, but we weren't strong enough. We were tired, but we didn't stop to rest. One day, our tribe... Oh no. They've already tried to rebel, but they weren't good enough. I understand. But this time will be different. Between the ogres, the gnomes, and the slaves, our army will be vast. Do you know how many ogres are in this mountain? It's not a matter of if we rebel, but when. If not today, then when. I'm willing to pay whatever price you want for your support. The ogre thinks for a while and then grins. I need no price, but your attitude towards this rebellion is one that I have yet to see. He stands up and offers a hand to you. Yes! Yes! The ogres are on our side, the secret town, and then we gotta find the slaves. This is a success. Now where can I find the slaves? The ogre says, come. I'll lead you to them. It appears that the slaves are sitting around a large campfire. I hear that you all were plotting to kill the king. The slaves gasp. Of course not! Why would you even think such a thing? There is no need to be afraid. I am here to organize a rebellion. We would never do such a thing. We're loyal to the kingdom. I know that you are slaves, and even the slightest talk of rebellion would lead to death. But I ask you, be honest. The slaves all look at each other. The one who sat you down says, you see, we have been plotting to kill the king. Good, because we will need your help. So are you in? Of course! You can't imagine how much I've wanted to kill that king. We have accrued a very sizable army. All of the slaves, all of the ogres, and all of the citizens gather in the center of the secret town. You all head towards the castle. The guards begin to notice and start to fire. The ogres will take care of them though. You watch as the large creatures begin smashing their way through and start climbing over the walls. That's what I'm talking about. It's all happening so fast that you almost don't have time to think. Going deeper into the castle, more guards begin to surround your army. It's getting harder to fight through, but you aren't going to stop until you either succeed or are killed. I agree. Your fight eventually leads you into the main hall of the castle. He looks regal in royal clothing. Before you is the broken, bleeding, and unconscious body of his daughter, Teckelville. Oh my goodness. The spy from the beginning was his own daughter. The king laughs. I thought a hero would have at least tried to save her, the king smiles. Not wanting to waste time talking, you swing your blade, cutting the king's head clean off. Is this asshole actually going to try and blame me for the death of his own daughter, which he placed? Fuck you. You kneel down and immediately try to see if she's still alive, but she is definitely dead. The king's head rolls next to her body. You stand up and leave the castle. Once again, I think we have a pretty good ending. I think, honestly, the Kingdom of Yelan will be better for this. And I hope the rule of Marion Noseby will be a prosperous one.